Alright, hello everybody, Sucrose back to play some Factorio. I think where we left off last time, we were gearing up to start working on the rocket. I think we talked about getting our next suit, this Power Armor Mark II, and filling that up with all sorts of good stuff, and heading out, maybe staking out this copper or this copper, because we're going to need more resources to build the rocket. We also need more stone. We're actually out of stone, just about. I mean, less than 100K. And I don't know if we've ever found a second stone deposit. It doesn't look like it. So I wish there was like a list or something. But so we'll have to scout out for a stone deposit. Same goes for coal. Kind of. I mean, we were lucky to find all this copper. Oh, there's some coal. Okay. Oh, and there's stone. Okay. All right. Not so bad. So I'm probably gonna run belts to both of those. So pretty close. Let's grab. We also don't need a whole lot of coal or stone, so one belt of each should be enough. That's the hope. My plan is, and again, I know I'm kind of like, I'm almost anti-train, without maybe some arguments. But my idea is to use trains for large deposits that are far away, and I don't really care about a 4 million coal deposit that's like not really that far. So let's go grab the stone first. We can do that now, and I think I'll just run it kind of east and then south. And while we let these things finish. This isn't the best way to do things, but this is how we're doing it. Not trying to be perfect here. It's an impossible standard. I have been recently watching a bunch of people who speedrun games, and I remember thinking Factorio would be interesting to speedrun. I don't know what the current world record is. People have gotten it, I think, somewhere around 4 or 5 hours last time I looked, but I could be wrong about that. But you know, that's pretty cool. You have to play the game in a very particular way, I think, to make every second count, and that's not what we're trying to maximize here. But that's what you have to do for a speedrun, is take advantage of your time. Let's go, when we go out, let's run power on the way. So maybe a little bit like that. But yeah, essentially you know, playing games is all about what you choose to maximize. Um, that's not necessarily true, but that's one way of looking at it. A game, um, a game is a series of decisions. A good game, and the question is, what is your what's the goal? Why are you making these decisions? What are you after? So you have different different things you might be trying to obtain, to attain. um, Sometimes it's just about doing what's fun. I think that's, you know, perfectly fine. It's kind of our goal here. I'm not sure how I'm going to play this field. We're going to put a handful of these, and maybe that's it for now. Like I say, we don't need a ton of stone just yet. So let's before we power it up, let's put walls around it. And oh, that sucks. We didn't bring many walls. All right. In terms of research, my goal is to go ahead and start focusing on rocket stuff. Because by the time we research all this stuff, we'll have a better idea of what we need. So, um, you know, looking through here, we have to build solid fuel. We have to build blue circuits, speed modules, these rocket control units. A lot of stuff we already have automated, but a lot we don't. So let's start going that way. And let's let's go ahead and build the walls we can. And let's throw some. Ooh, it's a shame that we have all this stuff queued up. I'd love to throw down a radar here, since this is pretty much as far west as we've been. Before we power these up even, I'm going to put efficiency modules in. This will keep the pollution down, as you've seen me do many times. So let's go ahead and power it up, and then we'll kind of stand by it for just a hair, see what happens. I'm thinking, you know, there might be some enemies over here. It's a shame you can't say, go ahead and research everything it takes to get to here. I'm kind of surprised there's no way to do that. You have to keep clicking it and coming back. So, yeah, I like walls. They're not necessary, though. If the enemies don't get to your walls, um, then you don't need them. You know, the turrets might be enough to dissuade the enemies. I think I'm just going to let this just build through instead of canceling. And in the meantime, we'll run this back, and actually we'll just revisit. And we'll also try to kill these fellas. So let's switch to our many piercing shotgun shells. And let's go into battle mode here. Alright, that worked really well. Let's finish them up. You'll notice that I tend to leave like a worm. And I don't know if this has been patched, but the way that it used to work is as long as there was one enemy there, no more enemy base would spawn. And maybe that's the way it works. If it isn't, it doesn't really matter. Worms sitting out there in the wild aren't going to hurt us. I'm not like right there. I didn't save a worm. Doesn't matter too much. I think the way it works is they don't spawn within a certain distance, certainly of your own buildings. That's generally enough. All right, so we have a much easier time killing enemies now that we have the piercing shells. We've just about got what it takes to build our final suit of the game. We're really coming into the end game here. So now we need steel. We'll have to take another trip. Well, we're going to go to the base, so we'll get everything we need to build the suit and pick up our exoskeletons. So all I'm doing now is just running this stone back to the base. And whoops, don't want to do that. It doesn't take a whole lot of stone, as far as I know, to make things that we need. But just like everything else, this is going to be a reactive thing. We'll start with one belt, and if we need more, we'll run another belt. No stress, no worries. Completely reactive. Let's head down basically where this old stone is. So basically we'll come to the edge, the far east edge of the base. And let's see. Pretty far. Wonder. Yeah. Okay. So they go home. So I'll send those back to the base. Still more ways to go. See, this research is completing pretty fast. It's actually could have done it a long time ago, but I don't use rockets for anything, so we didn't need it. A little bit more. Looks like there's an enemy up here. Let's take care of the enemy. Make sure the stone isn't missing any tiles. It's the belt, I mean. All right. Now these belts don't make any pollution, so I'm not really worried about them attracting an unsavory element. But, or so we'll just continue down. Some nice peaceful music going on. Kind of relaxing. We built our whole queue. That's good. I guess we used all the steel on these laser turrets. Okay. Just about to the base. Let's see how close we were to... Oh, we're being attacked. South side. They're actually damaging the walls, so, okay. Run down there, we'll come back here. Looks like they might be damaging without lasers to defend, which is a shame. The robot should start bringing us stuff like steel. As we sprint down. So our robot is repairing it. So it was just one biter. He couldn't destroy it before it got repaired. But I think what that tells me is that it might be a good idea to start putting a few of these on this south border so that we don't have to mad dash down here again. One less thing to worry about. Got quite a large base here. Put one in this corner. Yeah, that's it's a lot of room to cover, but put that there for now. All right, so let's go pick up stuff from the robots. We tend to need a lot of steel, so I'm going to bump this up to 400. Okay, we're in range now, so... all right, let's get our plan underway. Power Armor Mark II coming in. I know we have at least one exoskeleton over here. Just like that. All right, so as far as I know, there's no easy way of doing this, so I'm just gonna pick these things up for now. And Mark II. We're gonna have at least 2 of these bad boys. Wait. Seriously? You used to be able to have like 6. Oh, there we go. Okay, we were looking at the wrong inventory. I'm not sure how that happened. But okay, all right. So this is now we're talking. Let's see. Right. So let's get our power. We'll probably maybe throw another one of those in there. Have a roboport. What else do we have? Night vision. All right, let's see if we can build another. Ooh, we need a lot of blues. Okay. So that's 750. Is 400. Okay, let's pick up. Let's get at least one more. So we'll build one of these. Probably we'll use it. But now we need electric engines, which are built up here. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get 2 more of these or 1 more. We'll see what it looks like. We also can build stuff we didn't have before because we didn't have the space, like defense, but I don't see it. Okay. So many options. Oh, yeah. Now that is the ticket. That's the stuff. I'm tempted to actually go for 4. We're going to spend most of our time running around. Okay, so we'll do 4 of those. Let's see if we haven't researched it. I think it's called defense lasers or something. Let's grab that. This will kind of shoot some of the stragglers that are chasing us as we go. It's pretty useful. Might be worth it to put another shield in there. I mean, we're not super limited for space, so I wonder what happens if you put 2 roboports. Does that mean you can use 50 robots? That's kind of cool. All right. So we've got our, oh yeah, my goodness, we're just blasting around. We aren't going to need these solar panels. They're crap. Even if we had space for them, I don't think they matter. Where's our chests? Down here. Okay. Anything that we've built and discarded that we can use? Okay. All right, we should pick up walls. Now we can actually destroy some of the stuff that we know we'll never need the pistol again. But I don't really care. All right, so there's our second shield. So that gives us twice as much shield. Now we still have room for 2 more exosuits. I might do 1 more. We're gonna get this personal defense laser. Ooh, which I assume is actually buffed by these upgrades. That's a cool thing. But let's go back to focusing on the rocket. Okay. So let's build the laser. Now see, all these kind of one-off things. You know, why would you automate them? No reason. All right, so that actually takes real lasers. So we're still producing the lasers necessary to make it. So what I'm thinking is, let's get another RoboPort. Pick up some batteries, and so we'll do another exoskeleton. We'll do a RoboPort, and we'll do laser defense. I think that's all the slots. Okay. All right, so there's our personal laser defense, and that's just going to basically act as a turret that we carry around. Alright. Cancel those for now. Add them back at the end. So that'll be 5 roboports, and then this needs more batteries. Don't do that. Like that, and then cancel. Right. Add one of those. Okay. I think this is looking good. So let's put those back in. We don't need to carry batteries around. Did I get the night vision? I guess I did. All right. Now we're a force to be reckoned with. I'm a little intimidated. Okay, so we have 2 of these. Now, I've never actually used 2 of these, but I'm assuming that we'll be able to use all 50 of these construction robots, and they'll basically take these trees away faster, which is all we really want. All right, we have walls, we have belts. Let's finish our job. The banging on the pipes behind me reminds me that I'm trying to leave my window open today, as you can see. I'm hoping that the noise from outside won't be too... Oh my god, look how fast we go. Won't be too distracting. If there's a lot of noises that I'm not aware of, let me know, and I'll do my best to keep the windows shut. It gets really hot in here when it is shut, though. So okay, we're good on stone for the foreseeable future, and whenever we need more stone, we can add to this. We still need to put a wall around it, finish blocking it in. But let's move to coal. Now that's our only patch. I'm going to do a quick look around, because it's a little bit far away. Like, it might be worth throwing... I think I'll just start building more radars. We could do with some more solar too. But yeah, we are zooming. What's going on? Oh, I think they're not within range of the roboport, is the problem. Oops. So you have to press shift to build over trees. The problem with that is when you scroll the mouse wheel and use shift, it changes the blueprint. It's a little bit not ideal. But look at these robots following us around. This is nice. Let's see where the next roboport goes in the pattern. It's actually kind of hard to see with all the trees. Oh yeah, wow, that's way faster. Um, it's kind of beautiful. All right, so it's pretty far out. Hi, 4-track. I'm probably going to be playing Oxygen Not Included later today, sometime at about 5 or 6, maybe a little later, depending on if I'm hungry. But this is what I'm playing now, and you're welcome to stay or leave. I don't really care. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and build this wall out around this next layer of roboports. In order to make it so that I can build more solar here, and I want to use these roboports to do it easily. So maybe we'll even make a pattern of the whole thing, a blueprint. So let's place the roboports first, and then we'll see what we think. Okay. Goes like that, and I guess I don't need to power it up just yet. But what I do want to do, I think what I'm going to do is build the wall in the yellow zone. I wish I could pin this open somehow. It's roughly like this. Isn't that pretty, seeing the little robots go out and pick up the trees? I like that. It looks like because this is in range, the construction robots from the rest of the base are coming to help. But yeah, so we'll run the walls just like this. And then I'll turn all this into solar, and we'll have plenty of power for the foreseeable future. Let's see how that looks. Let's get rid of that. Let's basically get rid of that. Okay, so let's run this thing down further. We should probably, well, I'm not even sure. So let's see if we can figure out how our accumulator is doing. So if the accumulators were to run out of power, we'd see a drop instead of a nice smooth curve on that yellow line on the right. But in terms of being like figuring out how close they are to running out, I'm not sure, other than looking at them at the end of the night and seeing what their levels are. But I think what I'm going to do is just assume that this is enough accumulators, and we'll go back to placing solar. Like this. Something like this. We should probably make a assembler that produces power poles, electric poles, with all the wood we have. All right, rocket silo next. Let's make sure we get these rubber ports all the way up. I love this shift click. I didn't know about it, and it makes things way easier. Because you don't have to be next to something to build it. All right. So we're just going to fill all of this in with solar. And the robots are going to do it for us when we leave. We probably don't even have enough constructed, but eventually they'll be constructed. All right, now that we have those, let's run the wall up to give us an edge, a border. Okay. Put a single laser here to hopefully catch anything that comes around. Oh yeah, look at that. We're completely swamped with um, uh, while I'm thinking about it, why not take some of this and make landfill? Just in case we ever have a project that needs it later, we'll have some. So let's say like a row's worth. Yeah, just let that run. All right. So now we have this great big space that will I guess what we'll do I'm not sure. Let's put one. Yeah, so I'm not sure how well this will tie. That's sort of why I'm hesitating. I want to get this powered. Should just be nearly there. So we could just like grab a bunch of these. So how well does this work? Seems to be fine. caught in the trees here. Alright. This should be... how many times have I said this? But this should be plenty of solar for a while. The nice thing is they will build these even when we're not here, as long as we make sure it gets power, which we're out of poles. Whoops. So let's also introduce an assembler for building power electric poles, so that those are always in the system. I'll just come right off of this. So it's gonna, because there's no way to automate trees. There's actually mods for that, but there's no way in vanilla to automate trees. I'm just gonna request wood. How does this work? Let's see. It takes chopped up wood, so where is, okay, so wood takes raw wood. And then it'll feed it into here. Oh, actually, okay. All right, take 2. So this will make copper cable. This will make wood. Feed it. Power poles. Feed it. This will request lumber. Boop. And makes wood, makes electric poles. Output into a thing. No more than a row. All right, that looks good. So that's as many as we'll need, unless we start doing some mega projects. So we've got a lot of flashing down here because we don't have the materials, the solar panels and the accumulators. Those will get built eventually. Just about finished with this little area. We can tear it up and clean it up. I mean, get rid of it all. So let's hop over here to this. So this is just being slowed down by the fact that it's too slow to build. So I'm going to upgrade it to an assembly machine 3. What did I just do? So this will be slightly faster. It's actually starved for material, amazingly. So, alright, this should be faster. Good. Let's take a look at accumulators, which are here. Same deal. This is just ridiculously slow. But we can tile this. But actually we don't need to. We have plenty in storage. Let's leave that for now. Alright. Hopefully these will start to fill in if our idea works. We should see a change. Okay, yeah. So much higher production, much shorter time until the accumulators are charged. Excellent. Okay. So what we want to do is head up and get our coal. We'll feed coal. Honestly, maybe we'll feed coal in here. So what do we use coal for? Is it just plastic? It's just plastic. Okay, I'm just going to feed coal in here then. Okay. So while this is... while we're in this transition period, I'm going to kind of snake it down and come up, but eventually we'll just replace this here. So... Alright. So this is our coal input belt. Oops. Oops. Oh, how unlucky is that? So I'm thinking, let's come across. A little bit. And then we'll come, basically we'll head over until we get to our our stone outpost. We'll finish it up, and then we'll head north. Okay. So let's block it in. Oh, we need batteries for lasers. All right, let's start keeping batteries. Batteries. That should be good for now. We will throw a doohickey in here. Ooh. Another stone up here. Okay. I'm surprised we're actually using 6 of these. I'm surprised we're using that much stone. But I'm not going to build any more. Not for now, at least. Alright. Now that we have this infrastructure in place, it's easy to come back and add more drills. So let's try to hit this, a little bit. This looks like it's about right. So now we're going to head up. It's a big one. Oh, it had coal in it. Huh. Didn't know that could happen. Let's watch and see if this number goes down. It looks like it just went down, so that's good news. It means our idea is working. Oh, hello. That's a lot of worms. Jesus. Was that a base that we've been to, or is that just like a base full of worms? Just worms. Looks like we got another big one up here on the way to the coal. I think this is the last shooting speed, too. A lot of stuff going on. Alright. So let's... this will be the first time we really attack something with all of our new upgrades, I think. Oh, hello. Yeah, we can just stand here. Let him shoot us. Let him be shot. Still not invincible, of course. Those worms do a number. I think some of these worms... Oh, it's actually still medium. These aren't even the big worms. That's kind of crazy. But we do have some blue biters. He's a nasty little fella. I like our setup here. All right. And there's our coal. This will honestly be the last coal deposit we'll ever need. Just don't use a whole lot of coal. Right, let's do our walls first. Oops. Put our fence down. Okay. We will on the way back. Ooh, we don't have enough copper. Are we not requesting copper? Oh, look at that, we're not. Awkward. Well, hopefully this gets us most of the way. Oh yeah, keep forgetting this because I'm so used to doing it the other way, but this is superior. By far. Alright. That's all I care to do for now. One row should be enough. Let's throw in a radar. Since we're so far out, it makes sense to keep looking for stuff. And that's pretty much it. Let's head back and make sure we bring power on the way. Power's another one of those things where once you build it, there's no cost, which is kind of perverse incentives. Because I can just connect these up and then that's it. Never have to worry about this powering this again at zero cost. Since we're really so close, I'm just going to make sure everything looks good. We should start sending coal down this line. And it did not. Because we didn't power it up. Alright. So we got power to the base itself, but not to the individual drills. But there we go. Glad I checked. So this isn't even a full yellow belt, so I'll go ahead and do another row. I can't tell if there's coal under there, so I'm just gonna do that. I can't really build much of anything without copper. Alright, so that fills up the yellow belt. Let's look at our neighbors. This might touch us. Probably not. Copper, copper, copper. There's 3 more coppers up here and another stone. This is the kind of thing that just makes me think like belts are always the way to go, because we already have this infrastructure up here. So now we just have to, let's say we want to add this stone deposit. We just have to bring it down to here, and all this is it's already built for us. And once we build one of these coppers, we just combine them. I mean, copper's probably what we want to do next. Anyway. Alright, so there's ooh, there's one just to the north. Let's go kill it. Two just to the north. Oh, now those are big worms. Okay. I think that should be sufficient. All right, now we need to think about copper. So we can kind of, maybe we run this copper here, we run this copper here, we run this copper here, we go south. So let's do this one first, 4.1. And we just run it straight south, just like the iron. That seems like a decent plan. Maybe some death and destruction on the way. Okay. All right, this is going down. We could afford to build another solar assembler, but not a big deal. Being in the trees always freaks me out, though. Because you get stuck in the trees, and then you die. Okay. So, we don't have efficiency modules to put a bunch of copper places down. But we can start here, run the belt, go home, pick up efficiency modules, and come back. Efficiency. Sometimes I feel like streaming and just sort of talking constantly for a couple of hours. Oh, hello, it's 9.3 million iron. And we're not very far away from other iron, so telling you, belts are the way to go. I don't get it. I was saying that streaming, even for a couple of hours, I feel like sometimes I start to slur my words, maybe because I'm kind of tired or just trying to think about a lot of stuff and trying to speak quickly. All right, so we've cleaned most of this up. We've got this little base left. Let's build some walls. Let's build some, well, a couple of those. It's an interesting little place next to the lake. Not sure how much of this we can. It's weird that they changed the way water works, where you can't build on the coast there. Wonder why they did that. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. Something like that. Can't even build electric poles. Alright, this copper's going to last us quite a while. He says, for the 30th time. I guess we haven't taken a look at our iron recently. It's probably doing okay. I know at the end of the last stream, we were talking about getting more copper, and so that's what we're doing. I like that the game goes through these sort of cycles of expansion and then cycles of production. But I think I do prefer the production better. The issue is just, would I prefer it if that's all there was? I mean, I guess that's all there was, I would prefer it because that's all there was. But would it be as fun? I mean to say. I'm not sure. It might be part of the fun is that the expansion makes it feel more real. Certainly, it's to me, it's like Minecraft. I don't think the game is very fun in creative mode. To me, it's really only fun when there's a chance of dying. When there's some kind of threat. Here it's the biters and that interplay between running out of resources and having to expand. That gives you a reason to build the rocket. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come as far west as this and then try to go straight down to our copper. We'll head through the enemy. Drop those in. Put one of these down. And I think I'll build belt instead of power. Don't want anything to be accidentally turned on. This looks like a big base over here. Oh, still one left. I don't know whether the spitter attacks belts, the worm, so I'm just going to kill him. Shoot first, ask questions later. Okay. The bodies of the fighters look like some kind of tree logs. Alright, so let's go to that little thing that sticks out about here. This looks pretty good. Oh, that's it for our yellows. Okay. Okay, well. Well, heck, we've got some reds. We're going to run reds the rest of the way. Okay, I'm not going to run blues. So let's go stock back up. Assess the situation. As fast as we're going, I still kind of wish we were faster. Looks like our coal's starting to trickle in. Should come through and feed into here. And so once this runs out of coal, it'll start to supply this this plastic production. So, all right, let's get rid of stuff we don't need. Let's build a ton of those. Well, actually, we're making them now, so we can just request electric poles. Okay. All right, we need more of those. We need an absurd number of belts. And reds. We need to build big electric poles. I don't think we need walls. But we're definitely running out of resources here. I mean, in the sense that a lot of stuff is being starved. Don't have enough steel for these things. The science seems to be coming in really slowly. But actually, interesting. So it looks like the weapons science, gray science, is a little slow. Don't think we built that much of that. They don't have enough gun turrets. It's only one of these. It's easy to build a second. And even a third, if it makes sense. Don't really see why not. Okay, so the real problem is iron coming in.
All right, but this is better than before. Always another nice rule of thumb. I think not even just in engineering, but in terms of how to live your life, is try to leave things better than they were when you were there. Um, you know, pick up trash if you're in a park. In this case, we're here taking a look at this. Um, you know, tile something that needs to be tiled. Change the splitters, change the inserters when you're out of uh, when you're not producing fast enough. Things like that. Unless there's a cost associated with something. But all right, so these two things will kind of find a rhythm. Basically, these will fill up with copper, sorry, with gears, allowing iron to go by. These will pick up iron and gears, and so they'll come into a homeostasis, um, which is determined by how much iron is coming in. So, all right. At any rate, it's better than it was before. We're certainly not building up turrets on the belt, but we'll be getting more weapon signs. So did we accomplish what we wanted to accomplish by coming home? I think we've got everything we need to go finish the copper base, and then maybe we'll come back and take a look at our iron. Maybe switch to three sort of driving lines. We'll have to see, because it looks like that blue belt is full, or nearly. So we can be running yellow. This is not gonna match up, but ah well. Okay. So let's start running power. Grab it from here. It's not really what I wanted, but it'll do. Okay, so that has power. Add 2 more precautionary lasers. Honestly, could have done with more than 50. Okay. So let's integrate it. Finish running builds. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. Kind of want to move this red belt over. Just a matter of aesthetics. Okay. Okay. Oops. Okay. Okay. So that stuff. Um, all right. So there's our red coming in, and we pretty much hit this dead on the nose. Let's actually bring it over here though. Okay. So there's one red belt. So I'm kind of thinking maybe what we should do is actually just run 2 red belts instead of 4 yellows. I wish I had more logistics slots. quick little improvement. Just drain that belt of gears, though. All right, we'll come back. I'm itching to get back into the production stuff, but we have to finish setting up our supply. So I've grabbed some reds. I'm gonna just grab some more. All right. Oh, even we finished our power down there. I'm not sure how long it's been, but now that is a nice tight spike. So we're charging those accumulators really quickly. We'll have to look and see how the accumulators look in the morning to see whether we need more accumulators. But okay, we're even getting our first copper on this red belt. So let's run a second. But actually that's yellow, so we have to override it. And now we want to actually run both of them. Okay. All right, just about got it. Okay. let's go ahead and put some more drills down. We have the efficiency modules. All right, that looks pretty good. Some of these should be upgraded. That one looks all right. Um, I don't see any backups. So we just don't have enough drills. Like, doesn't look like anybody stopped. And so now I can't remember if I actually connected the very end of this belt to the supply chain. So if I haven't, that's going to get backed up, and then all this is going to gum. But we'll worry about that when we get back down. Still looks good. Nobody's getting stuck. I think in the future I'll run red belts first instead of yellow belts, especially for copper and iron. Okay. There's even some iron right there. Oh man, we're looking good. We've got some oil. It's probably about time we start looking at our oil. But yeah, it looks like all of these are running and output into the belt. So these two belts are sufficient. So I'm really happy with that. All right, we'll come back here eventually to fill this up. But in the meantime, oh, there we go. Now it's starting to stick. So, like I say, maybe because we didn't hook it up at the end. So I think we should look. We're not actually using the bandwidth at the end. Either way, we should head down. Okay. So we sort of wired it up. So we have transport and fast transport. So now the issue is just that we don't have enough furnaces. So let's correct that. We have a blueprint for furnaces, and I believe that's what we want. And just gonna. I have sort of an idea of maybe what I want to do with getting the ore to the belts. But we'll try this. So need stone blocks. Is there anything we don't need here? I guess I don't need poles. Actually, I might be able to ask for furnaces. Oh, we already have furnaces. Okay. All right, good. Then I'll leave it alone. All right, so this'll come down, and something like this. Now, I don't know why they're not grabbing these efficiency modules from my inventory. I guess they had been assigned to grab them from the base, and they just hadn't gotten here. That's my guess. All right, we've got another column of copper furnaces. So far, everything looks full. Now this is a red and a red. What do we do with this? One red goes here, and it looks completely full. Like full to the absolute max. This other copper goes down. Definitely is not full, but it's not bad either. So and it gets a trickle of copper from our old stuff, which is really on its last legs. Start cleaning this up. God, how I love doing that. Deleting stuff is just the best. All right. Now, what I can do is I can run blue all the way down, which is kind of expensive, but it's also easy, and that's a significant advantage. Easy is good. Whoops. Let's make that provider chest. Oh, no, actually, if it's a provider chest, then it'll be moved to wherever the requester chest is. I'm not sure if there's anything you can do other than starting to use logic stuff. But I'm going to change that back. And do this. Now, there have been versions of this game in the past where when you use blue for production, like this inserter might have a hard time grabbing the stuff because it's moving so quickly, but that doesn't seem to be the problem here. So now this is already blue, 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 blue. And this goes pretty far. But this could be a red. We can upgrade this 4 ways, and my guess is that this is going to be good. See how far the copper gets. Now look, we're actually running out of plastic. All right, so that's it for copper. Thank goodness. Now the problem here is that we're actually kind of, this is the limit for the plastic. Okay, that does that. So that's probably the only thing needed to fix the plastic for now. The problem was the red was too slow to get two of these at once. And so it was kind of like, was it like 51% capacity kind of thing, where it couldn't double it. Let's keep an eye on this, make sure the plastic goes all the way down. We want to get, this basic stuff straightened out here. Red and blue circuits are fundamental. But it looks like plastic's pretty thick now. Okay, now the problem is green circuits. All right, I'm going to take a 2-minute break, and I will be back momentarily. All right, hello again. Gonna take a little look at some stuff. Hello, Yate. How you doing? All right. So now that we've got our first real copper outpost, we're kind of just taking a look at making sure everything's running smoothly. With all this fresh copper coming in, it's going to reveal problems in our line. Twitch and YouTube. Theoretically, things are back. I just gonna hope so. I'll try to upload the full thing to YouTube. It's only a couple seconds, so it's not really even a problem. But all right, well, so we have these 2 full blue belts here, and one's coming over here, and we're using so much to make steel that there's not a whole lot coming in here, I think is the issue. So one thing we can do is we can actually just pull off some of this and use it to make steel directly in its own line. Let's see how our iron looks. A lot of these dudes are starved for space. So yeah, so what if all right, I want to grab the space that's being used by this lake and get all this to be land. And then I think what I'll do is I'll run, oh gosh, where do we want to do this? At any rate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these and it's going to be chained directly into a steel production. And then the steel, we're going to snake into our base. So let's see where that's going to be. It looks like here. So we'll just, boop, come right over. This will make things more flexible. We should get lots more steel. Right now we're struggling for steel anyway. Okay, so let's fill in the gaps here. Still not enough. I kind of want to just put it here sideways. Can you rotate? Can you rotate a blueprint? You can. So something like what? Yeah, I could do it like this. We just need this. We just need the space. Give me like 300. I'll just maybe go pick it up. Well, I think it's over here. Yeah. It's kind of satisfying. I feel like I'm playing Populous. Gotta flatten all the land. So how about here? So I'm a little bit worried that we're gonna want even more steel. So I'm thinking maybe I should take the trouble to stick this in a better spot. Like, we're going to tile iron over forever. You know, maybe it makes sense to put the steel production up here, or even here, where I can kind of tile it to the east. I think that's what I'll do. Even after I filled in that lake, we can use that space for something else. No, there's not quite enough space. Could tile it horizontally, I suppose. All right, let's tile it horizontally. Hmm.
I think I just like filling in the lake. All right, how about here? So all that stuff to the east is going to be gone because eventually that will run out. I'm digging this a little bit more. Okay. Decision made. For now, I'm just going to split. I'm going to come over here and split. Oops. I'm not exactly sure why this is blue. I don't need blues. But whatever. Okay. Now this is something. I don't think we have this many steel refineries even now. Just taking a look at stuff to see if it repaired itself after I got disconnected. And it looks like everything's okay. At least YouTube is okay. Twitch seems broken. Okay, alright, Twitch is okay. Okay. So now we have steel coming out, and it's a much more manageable situation, because what we can do is we can come over here and I can snake that steel into our production like this. All right. Okay. And that is super cool because it means that we can get rid of this
this small assembly is draining iron from this belt, and we don't need it anymore because we have steel coming in. So let's oh geez, okay. Let's dump some of these yellows. Let's dump more of those yellows. Okay. And I'm going to start picking this up. Okay, all this can go away. And this can just become a normal belt. Once all this stuff is finished, I can snake it over more directly. But, all right, until then, so let's take a look at what's going on over here. So, not nearly enough iron coming here. Part of that is because we're splitting. So I guess I'll just cancel this. There's probably better ways to do this. Because I like to have them all connected. That way, if one is backed up, the others will. It'll feed the others. But let's see exactly what's going on. So these aren't full. They're backed up on the right. Let's see if it would help to balance this one. All right, let's rethink this a bit. All right, now this doesn't have enough iron ore. Uh, I like the idea of taking the outputs and snaking them back to the next one. Kind of continuation passing, almost. Not really, but it feels a little bit similar. So the way I've been doing this is just you'd kind of add these. Um, just to add a bunch of them and try to even things out. Hmm.
Well, that's better. It's still ridiculous. The issue is that the left sides of all these belts are filling up, which is actually kind of strange because these are even. But it must have something to do with this contraption. I kind of want to get rid of basically everything. Could do something like so. I've got these three belts. Could do something where I'm not sure. Just trying to think of like something that makes sense and is easy and is tileable. Um, I thought there might be something sort of simple.
Uh, so, like for example, if each tap takes off of um, every line, it's going to hit this then. But the idea is you need more space. Yeah, I don't like this. Well, I do know that I want to start moving these lines down here, just because of the copper. Well, this is ridiculous. I think we'll have to revisit this once we add a couple more of these in. Basically, I want something where I can tap it and then rejoin back to the stream. Maybe just automatically rejoin it, balance it, something like that. But I think this will work for now. So all of these are full. All of these are producing. All of this iron goes over here, and it's just being destroyed by these dudes. So there's still plenty of room on the belt over here. So we need to add another. So let's see how that goes. We will do like that. I really like the idea of snaking the end of this back into the next one, because that's kind of like literally take your excess and continue using it. If we could find a pattern like that, that would be cool.
This is going to be totally a hack uh, until we make something that makes sense. But honestly, just as long as these belts aren't backed up, I'll be pretty happy. Because it means we can move forward. So this is looking a lot better. We've got all 5 of these arrays producing. Doesn't look like anybody's starved for iron. In fact, they're starved for space on the belt. This isn't exactly filling up with iron, but it's pretty close to getting to the end, so I'm kind of happy with that. All the steel's coming over here, and it's definitely being used by these engines. Yeah, they're very close to being all used. Oh, here we go. Now it doesn't have enough iron. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. I really shouldn't have split off of the split, but I'm just going to do this because... oh well. Alright. And, yeah, not enough iron here. But that's actually okay, because none of this is backed up, so I think we're just using it to capacity. So let's go back down here, put a thing, iron, quest, iron, and let's grab some red belts. Okay. Now this top belt is red. Let's upgrade another belt to red. And then when we get up north, we'll take a look at our iron and see if we can't add some more drills or get another outpost, because we just need more raw iron, I think. Oh, I should have brought those landfills. don't really have enough. Oh well. Go back to requesting them. So I think this can come down, this can come down, this can come down. Is that, did I mess something up? Okay. It's so easy to miss one belt. Ah, that's a feature that I kind of wish wasn't a feature. All right, so all right, these far right, these far two to the right are red, I believe. Now all of these are, we've covered everything here. Amazingly, we've covered all of this. It's so crazy how much iron you can use. Are there any backups? Are there any hang-ups? Don't think so. So this is just going to town. Can't quite fill for yellow belts. All right. But this looks like there's backups here. Let's upgrade this to red while we go over here. All right. Okay, now we're missing efficiency modules. Which is why we put so many lasers. Alright, these belts are stuck sometimes. You're gonna have to move out of my way. Maybe go here. All right, anybody else backed up? All right, so that's it for that. $6 million left. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Okay. So I think we should just go ahead and take another iron thing. There's one over here to the northeast. Have we found any to the south yet? No. All right. So to get northeast, we'll run a belt. Like from here, this will be our junction. Maybe north, east, and up. We're kind of out of reds. Or maybe we should run it north. Just two turns. That looks just about right. These trees look pretty cool. All right, so here's our biggest iron deposit to date. Um, don't have walls. Didn't really come prepared for this. Oh, hello. Hey, hey, stop. Don't shoot my stuff. Only I can shoot my stuff. Okay, let's place these. Well, that was close. Um, oh, those of you watching probably saw me do that. And said nothing. Okay, so one or two view. So let's figure the wall's going to be, you know, here. Ish. Whatever. Okay, so let's look up the laser turrets. So that when we power this up, there'll be some defense. We'll come back with walls, and we'll come back with who knows what else. Let's see. We need walls. We need maybe modules. I think I'm going to run power. Gosh darn it. Was that this? I don't, that doesn't even make sense. What was that? I have no idea what it was. Okay, well, that doesn't make sense either. But that's, I have no idea what it was. I don't see what it would have been. Okay. Okay, so we've got the turrets powered up.
Instead of powering it, I'm going to go ahead and go home and get the walls. I don't want all that stuff to get destroyed. I guess this is an advantage of trains, which is they can get you home faster. But I guess the belts can also, to some extent. Okay. So we should start picking up stuff from all these little robots. We need walls. Power's looking good. So our iron looks full. Our copper looks full. Our plastic is not. But I'm not going to stop. Right, we still need iron here. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing with the iron. Since we're almost done with this expansion, and we'll need it. So, but then, like I say, we probably need to look at oil. And do we want more belts? Guess we should grab some reds. If there's another layer of logistics slots I can get, I'm going to pick them up. Because I'm tired of picking this stuff up by hand. I'm sure there's a mod also for extra slots. I've used mods in the past for extra inventory. I really like how the new versions do this thing where you get more inventory as you upgrade your armor. It's super sweet. All right, so let's finish off this this iron outpost.
right. Now, obviously, that's not a super important thing to do, but it makes me feel nicer. Um, we'll clean it up later once it's if it ever bleeds, actually. Okay. So we upgraded this to red last time we went. So now we have 2 reds and 2 yellows coming in. Except not here. So let's upgrade that to red. And I feel like we should add a red instead of upgrade a red. So this will, I believe it's twice, 2 yellows make a red, so this is basically 2 reds. Okay. I think that's everything. Let's power them up. Get them moving. See what it looks like. All right. I'm not sure what I want to do with this just yet, but we can use the splitter to split a red. This is essentially a full red right now. We can split it onto the two yellows. So this is this makes sense. Let's convert some of this to red so that they can get their product on the belt. Something like that. Looks decent. How's our pollution? Ooh, we're touching them, we're touching them. We gotta go do some killing. Okay. But this is looking good. No backups so far. We'll have to check further down the line, of course. Let's put that there. Now, did I put a radar down? I don't see one, so let's stick a radar here. And let's go kill. Don't need these anymore. Head north first. So many worms. So many worms. Alright, looks like that's for the spawners. Unless I missed something. That's it for the spawners. Just a lot of worms. Alright, let's head around. That's it for the spawners. Let's head down here. Okay. So those are the three that we're touching with pollution. This is a big looking deal. As we get further away from our base, I believe they just get bigger. They also get bigger the longer the game's been going on, and the more pollution you've made total, the more you've killed, all sorts of stuff like that. But I think I'm a little worried about this guy down here. Let's head down there, and then we'll head to, oh shit, this iron right here. Wow, that's lucky. So now we just have to juke that into there. Alright, well, we won't need iron for like 8 seconds. Alright, that was easy. This all looks full. 2 reds. Alright, so let's come. I think he's. Oh. Okay. Are we still being chased? Okay. Probably that's okay. So let's take a look at how it integrates, how the new iron integrates with our old iron. Oh, hello. I think we can kill you. Okay. So why is this so empty? Is it really that long of a belt? Yeah, it is.
All right, so we'll wait around here till this catches up to take a look at how it looks. So this is probably going to be a full blue belt. And we can add something like this. Jeez. I guess if a blue belt's 40 per second and a red is 26, then two reds are more than a blue. So okay, so this is fast on the right. So let's start upgrading these then. Gun turret, that's funny. Been a while since we've been placing gun turrets. Alright, so this red comes down, and it is... Oh, those are express? Okay, well, we don't need express, I don't think. Red's fine. That's red. So that's red. So that's a little bit better. These are still backed up. So what we can do is actually go for the third red here. These aren't going to find room anytime soon. Do I have enough space? Looks like it. Alright, so we're going down here with the third red. Oops. Which was red in the middle because we sort of messed up. And then, okay.
Okay. Home stretch. All right, but now we're trying to combine two reds to make a blue, which is going to be it's going to be extra space. We'll add that. And honestly, we might as well add that. Okay. And I think they're iron chests. Oh, where do we want to put it? I thought we built another. We did build another. All right, so we should have more than enough iron ore now. And we do. There's enough slack in that setup that the next time we need iron ore, it's almost definitely it's going to be because of the way we're joining it here. All right. Well, we've almost got our solo researched rocket silo. Sorry. Let's take a quick run through and see what the holdup is. Like we've got our green circuits going, maybe not a lot of red circuits. Why don't we have red circuits? It's not because of copper. It's not because of iron. It's because of petroleum. Okay? I say petroleum, I really mean plastic. So why plastic? It looks like it is petroleum. So we've run out of our supply of petroleum, and this is how much we're producing per second, essentially. So the next thing we need to do is conquer these some of these crude. Actually, we have quite a supply of crude, so we can actually just add a couple of these. But I think it's going to have to be next next video. I think that's going to be it for now. So next time we're going to probably start constructing our rocket assembly line. We're going to get the petroleum, the crude oil supply that we need, and we're going to see how fast our current factory will produce the rocket, and then we'll do our optimization and try to figure out how to speed that up. So thanks for watching, and I hope you tune in next time. See ya.